You came here for the conversation, right?
It's going down. It's crazy.
Well, let me be clear. Nothing is off the table. We bring it to you raw and uncut. This is Never Play Yourself, the podcast.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yo, it's your boy P4 with another episode of Never Play Yourself podcast. What it do?
What it do? It's the kid, TJ. What's up, man?
What's good, man? You all right?
I'm good. You know, I'm living well.
You living well? You look
Good.
good, man. Dang, look healthy ass.
Thank you, man. I'm trying. You know,
Trying?
I'm trying to get back right.
The boy said, I'm trying to get back to
I'm trying, man.
16.
Yeah, I need my abs back. You know, but I love these wings and pizza too much.
I understand that, bro.
It's coming.
I understand that, man. But yeah, man, I'm good, man. You know, I'm all right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good, man. So
You look good, man. You ironed your shirt today and everything.
I did.
That's what's up.
Actually, this is my first time wearing it.
Oh, okay.
I don't, usually do a Super Mario Brothers anything, but I thought, hey, I got 25% off of it too. Wearing this so
I definitely fuck with it. I didn't iron my shirt, but this is my first time wearing it, so
it does look like you.
it look like it.
because you got
Yeah.
a
This is my first time wearing it.
strong crease.
Yeah, it's my first time wearing it. I don't iron clothes, you know that.
Yeah.
They like super wrinkled. But let's clean so we can
Yep.
get everything done. We came here for.
With no further ado, we have a guest in the house.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. I appreciate you being on our platform and our show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm so thankful to be here.
We got a celebrity.
Hype me up then. Yes.
Celebrity in the heat. Well, shoot, let all our fans and everybody know who you are, your platform, and what you do.
Oh gosh, I gotta live up to the hype now. Okay. My name is Tynesha Renee. My platform is Tynesha Talks on YouTube. I'm really all about just having progressive conversations. I think we have a lot of divisive content nowadays, and so I'm just all about normalizing transparency, having difficult conversations, and really just trying to bring men and women together because it's real out here. So if you like higher level, deep conversations, then you'll like my content.
Oh yeah, they deep now. You got that content. You be like,
Feel it in your chest. Oh gosh, it hurt.
I want to go down. And I like the fact that when you go in there, yes, you might be hurt. You might be offended by what I'm about to say. Because you gotta come with that thunder.
You get ready, you just
Right. And then it's the slow pan. I know one of your videos, you had hit it with the black and white and everything. Like, you stopped the music and everything. Like, oh, she cold.
Dramatic effect.
You brought him in. Was that like something that you picked up on? Or is that just like trial and error?
YouTube Academy. It's a lot of stuff on YouTube. You can learn anything on YouTube, really. So I just watched a lot of creators, and then you figure out what your vibe is when you edit.
Okay. So how long have you been, doing your YouTube show?
Ooh, it just has
I don't want
been.
to be disrespectful. Is it a YouTube show, podcast?
That's a good question. I don't know if I would call it a podcast because it's not on like podcast streaming services. So just like my little YouTube talk show for now. Yeah, but I've been doing it for 3 years. I started it during the pandemic.
That's dope.
Yeah. Like I feel like the pandemic really allowed people to tap into their creativity because you had downtime. So I was trying a little bit of everything.
So you just like, let me just try this and then just
Yeah.
somebody give you the idea, or you were just like, let me just pick the
I mean, I've always been very opinionated on social media, and so I would make a lot of videos on Facebook, Instagram, and then people would be like, you need a YouTube channel. But I was always scared to start one. I don't know, YouTube just seemed intimidating. And then I just finally went for it, and it just kind of took off from there.
So you one of the ones, she always got something to say. And then
For sure.
you in the car riding and everything. Let me tell y'all something.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Did you do lives before? Like you started doing lives and then, or you just would record yourself?
No, I would just record myself. I've only done lives a couple times. Like even on my YouTube channel, I haven't done a whole lot. But people like those. I like it because it's interactive. But a lot of times, it's just pre-recorded.
Cool. So how creative do you have to get? Do you like have a vision board of like what I want to talk about, or is it just like spare the moment, or I saw this subject on it?
Yeah, it's
whatever,
a mix
like,
of everything. Like sometimes I watch other people's content and then it inspires something. So I majored in psychology in school, and so when you were like, you might be hurt, a lot of my perspective is coming from that lens. So I'll see somebody tapping on a subject, and I'm like, okay, how can I touch this from a different angle? Because folks are very resistant to therapy. So I'm like, how can I tie in something where if they had gone to therapy, they might have benefited from knowing this? So I kind of take that angle. But a lot of times thoughts just randomly pop up. Late at night, I'm creative late at night, and so then I'll just jot down quick notes and then just go from there. But I don't do a vision board. No. Yeah, you do vision boards?
No, I don't do a vision board, but I do write them. I put them in my notes in my phone.
Yeah.
So I won't forget them.
Right.
So I'd be like, just.
It is easier with editing too. Like when you have your talking points, it just makes it flows better. Mm-hmm.
Because it kind of just, sure, ain't no spring chicken. I'll forget in the heartbeat.
I forget all the time. Because I don't go to the notes and put it in the note when I'm thinking of it, and then I'll be like,
it just escapes your mind. Yeah, you gotta jot it down in that moment.
I was on it
in that moment.
But then I'll be like, I'll be thinking about it, or I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna put this in the note, but I'm gonna do this first.
Yeah, then you don't come back.
I do sometimes tend to screenshot too. Maybe something I want to talk about or something like, so I won't forget. All right, let me screenshot it, or let me screenshot their profile so I can go back to it later, and so I can just dig into maybe what they got going on.
Like on Instagram?
Yeah.
You just save it. Like I have a content folder, and I just save stuff in there.
I save stuff, but I don't go back.
You don't go back. I'll be doing that
look
too.
At it until like,
Guilty.
I think about it. Like,
Guilty.
Oh, I need to go look at this.
I know they have it, but I'm like, that means I'm on Instagram way too much. Like one folder.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, let me just screenshot this real quick.
Yeah, I feel it.
So it's good, man. I like where you went going with it, and I was just like, yeah, she hitting stuff, a lot of things on the nail, and it's good that you give a lot of props for your women, for the ladies out there, and then just being honest, but also holding women accountable. For some of their
Trigger word. Bow bow. Accountability. Accountability.
Yeah.
What's that?
And and that kind of emphasizes why we came up, especially with our name when it never plays. Because I would just sit at home and I was just like, my fellas, y'all are doing way too much out here, and we was just like, stop playing yourself out here, man. You out here messing the game up. You out here just looking crazy and just doing some things you don't need to be doing, or in our opinion, that we feel like you shouldn't be doing. So
it's all opinions.
It's all opinionated. Everything we say is opinion.
Everything is opinionated. So
that's the origin of how we got our name, and that's why we just come up here, because we're gonna very emphasize on a man's point of view and everything, because quite frankly, they say do you know what you want, and and we're very transparent on this show. There's a leave out.
I don't want that.
Desert leave out. So you prefer the wigs with the baby hairs then?
No, I don't.
We don't prefer wigs at all. There's nothing about wig and preference that belong together.
None at all. I mean, okay, so let's go on and dive into our topic today. And it's called Venus versus Mars, and we're just gonna really talk about the transparency between men and women, and just why it's. I mean, I guess my first question to you, from a woman's perspective, why you think it's so hard for us to be upfront with each other on whatever we want from the other person, or even just period.
I mean, I think it's hard to be upfront about something that you don't really know yourself. So I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of people don't know themselves, and we're trying to find ourselves in other people. So it's like, I can't come to you and tell you what I want or what I need from you, and I don't even know what I need. So I think that's the biggest thing. People just need to take the time to figure out who they are, self-reflect, and then move accordingly. But I also think we just don't communicate the language well with one another. Because if you really sit down and listen to men and women are saying a lot of the same things in terms of what they want, but we just perceive it in different ways, or we verbalize it in different ways, and we're not receptive to hearing where the other is coming from. I feel like women, when we talk, a lot of it is more emotion based, and I think for men that's difficult because men are like, look, I'm based on logic, give me bullet points, like I work well with that, and so we just look at things differently, and that's the disconnect.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. I think, well, this from my perspective, I think we know that as far as, have men, straight to the point, bullet points, this, that, and the other. We're problem solvers. Women, we know you're emotional. So I think we know that. Mm-hmm. It's just the tug of war of like, what are you hearing what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's just part of the problem. And then you hit on another nail of, what do you want? Mm-hmm. And I think, based on our show, women don't know what they want.
I hear that a lot.
You ask them straight up, what do you want? What do you want?
Like the video.
What movie was that? The Notebook.
You just don't understand. The cop out.
I'm sure I said that before. Guilty. Yeah.
I don't never know.
You ask me what I want to sit down. Right. What do you want?
I died.
Change it every moment. Like my mama said, women change their mind every time the wind blow.
Oh my goodness. Dang, that's how y'all really view us.
That's what my mom told me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love my mom. And I asked her the other day about something like, what do you want? That's a good idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mom.
Do you change your mind a lot?
Do I change my mind a lot?
You gotta think about.
I don't know if I change my mind a lot, but I think that I could do better with vocalizing what I want, for sure. Yeah, I think that some people struggle with vocalizing what they want. Women, especially, I think, because we are so emotional, and so I think sometimes saying what we want might tap into those emotions, and we don't know how that's going to get perceived by men. So a lot of it is just being guarded. I think women, if you let them talk long enough, you ask people questions, and you just sit back, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna let you really listen to what you're saying right now. They'll tell you, but it just takes a little bit more effort to get it out.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So another question I have: do you think with this day and age, with I think they still call us millennials. I don't know what about the ones who young, who in their early 20s. I don't know what they call them. Gen X, is that what they call them?
No, so they're Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Then there's another one now below that. It's crazy. I'm like, Lord, my knees hurt.
I think with reality TV and social media and smartphones and things like that, is it hard for people to have boundaries?
Ooh, boundaries are definitely an issue for sure. I think an issue is respecting people's boundaries, because you have so much access to people. People literally put their entire life on the internet. And so when you come across people who want to be a little bit more private, people are like, wait, what? Privacy? What's that? Like, we're not in an age where that is respected. And then I think social media also plays into instant gratification. So you give me what I want right now when I want it. And it's like, no, if you have boundaries, healthy boundaries, it doesn't work that way. So yeah, I can definitely see that.
I think that's a key part to when you out there dating. Mm-hmm.
Boundaries.
You gotta set boundaries.
Yes.
I think boundaries. You should set boundaries in all aspects of your life. I have a homegirl who's like, boundaries is her. Like she said boundaries on everything, and she don't let nobody cross nothing. Shout out to the principal. I ain't gonna say her name, but like my homegirl, she like got boundaries for her friends, boundaries for co-workers, boundaries for people in her life, parents, everybody. She got shit she's not gonna let you do, and not gonna be a part of. And that's dope. I really respect her for that. A lot of people need to apply that, but it's tough. Like
It's tough.
Yeah.
To do.
It's tough because it's about balance, right? Because I've been on both sides. So for one part of my life, I struggled with boundaries. Like, it was just something that was really, really difficult for me. And then I'm like, no, I have a bunch of boundaries now. So then when you are that way, you're a little bit too rigid. So you got to figure out what your middle point is.
Right. Yeah, I was just finna say the same thing about, his friend. Shout out to the principal.
The principal.
Sometimes, I guess I would say from that aspect, is it to the point where, is it even balanced, or is it just a defense mechanism?
Right.
Or could it be just like you control?
All of the
You have to
above.
control every environment that you're in. So, some people don't know how to take boundaries, like you said, and just have balance. They just use boundaries as,
Yeah, I feel that. I don't think that's necessarily her.
No, we're not
But
trying
like,
to. We just-
but I feel you on that, because some people are like, they use that like as a coping mechanism, or like, I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna say this is a boundary because I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that, or I don't want to let you be yourself. So I'm saying this is a boundary. So I get what you're saying. Like, that's, people can definitely use it in the wrong way. Like everything, people find a way to manipulate things.
Ooh, I feel it in my chest. Y'all speak talk about me right now. Ooh, goodness.
I mean, because it's true. And then forever they were just like, I would see women post on social media, and they're having their own podcasts and their groups, and like, men don't have boundaries, and men blah blah like we just out here just don't give a flying fuck, and it's just like, no, we do, but
You just have different sets of boundaries.
yeah,
Different
it
things
might
that
not.
you
You
don't
might
do.
not be comfortable with my boundaries are, and
They there. They just because you feel like you don't see them, don't mean that they're not there.
right.
I think men are better with enforcing boundaries than women.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's interesting that women would say that.
Because women will be like, I ain't never going back to him. Nigga call. Same day. She run into the door.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely you give us some time, it's going to be. But,
He ghosted me.
Yeah.
He set that boundary on your
Yeah. So most of the time, men, if they say that out loud to like people, like, man, I'm done fucking with her, most of the time it's gonna be true, unless it's like a wife or like a long term relationship that's possible that you go back. But like, women say that about dudes they met and been kicking it with for a month, and they'll still go back. But like a nigga say that he ain't fucking with a chick no more. Most of the time, it's like, that shit over, because she done something outside their boundaries that's like, nah, I ain't fucking with that no more.
Is that a good thing though? Because I get it. Okay, yes, boundaries are important, but I think sometimes we're so quick to just cut a situation off that we're not good with conflict resolution. So I can have a boundary, right? And if I feel like somebody's crossing it, I think that you should vocalize it, and I think you need to give people room to correct. Now, we have that conversation and you're still not correct, and that's different. But I think nowadays people are just like, okay, you did something that I don't like, boom, cutting you off. And it's like, you can't, how will you ever have any sort of relationship, friendship, anything like that if you're so quick to do that with everyone?
I agree with that too. I agree with that, because like, just because somebody does one thing that you didn't discuss with somebody, that don't mean you should be cutting them off. Like, if you wore whatever and I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, I didn't tell you that I don't like that. Like, we'll use Kiki.
I was
Yes.
We'll use Kiki. But like, if I never told you that I don't want you to wear something like that out, and you wear it out, I can't really go off and be like, you know, do what all of what he did was, I ain't gonna spend too much time on that, but like, just the dress, say the dress, if you didn't speak and say, I wouldn't like you to wear nothing like that out if I'm not there, you know what I'm saying, and then I come back and I just spaz because of that, that's not something that you should really be spazzing about if you didn't vocalize that prior to. That's just how,
Yeah. A lot of people just assume that people are supposed to know. I shouldn't have to tell you. You should already know this type of thing, and that doesn't work that way. That happens a lot with cheating, for example. Okay. Right? So I think we can all agree, okay, if you have penetration with someone that's cheating, but I might think you liking a photo, you sending a text message. I don't think that, by the way. I'm not that crazy. I'm not that crazy.
I know, I agree.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but there's different levels. People are coming in with different understandings of things, but we're not having those conversations.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like, liking a photo is just... I feel like if we arguing or having an extra conversation about liking a photo, you're just looking for something to be mad at, and I just like.
That's a shame that we didn't took it that far off of a double tap.
That's just me. I'm not arguing going back and forth about liking a picture. Like, I'm not. That's just.
What about comments in the picture? What if it's a picture of a dude with his shirt off and I comment?
Comment what? I'm not even gonna read it. Like,
okay.
That I don't know. For me, I don't care.
But see, you gonna run into the one that says, but so if I'm just commenting on all the niggas without their shirts off and this, that, and this, you don't care.
Why should I? Like if I don't, what am I'm not looking. I'm not following these niggas you following to see they fucking shirt off. Like I don't know. I don't go looking for shit like that. Like, I feel like if you on my page looking for what I'm commenting on or following people I'm following to find comments, like you looking for an issue,
right?
You know what I mean? I'm not looking for an issue,
but you will run into, depending on who's commenting or saying something back to you about it. Oh well, you just opening up the opportunity for them to,
But I don't even do that.
Situation or the optics. It's all about the optics.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? It's the optics. It's maybe not your intentions or it's always the look of it.
Of course, because you feel like your partner is a reflection of you, and nobody wants to be out here looking stupid. So I get it.
Like I wouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I don't understand. Like Instagram is for liking pictures, like. That's not what it's for? Like,
it is. So the liking of photos, I don't think that's a big deal. I think most people have an issue with the commenting because it seems like that's an extra step.
Do you think
I don't comment.
If somebody multiple like, I feel like you send the signal.
Liking and all of them have.
Yes.
You ain't gonna have a problem with that?
Yes, because I do that when I'm trying to get somebody's attention. If I like 3-4 of your photos in a row, I'm shooting my shot at you. Subliminally.
I feel that. That's different. That's different if you go start following somebody and then you go in there and like.
Okay, so
that's different.
If it was
in the
5 multiple pictures of half naked women, is it the same? No, the same one.
The same one.
Same one. Is it the same as you liking that one half naked picture she got?
No, that's a little bit different. Because I feel like now you're doing it to send a message. Because you can clearly see when somebody's liking your photos in a row. And you're like, somebody trying to get my attention. Yeah, that's a little different. It's kind of like the difference between if you out in public with your girl and you see somebody who has a nice body and you take a glance versus you staring for mad long. Those are two different things. A glance, I'm probably going to look too. So I'm not going to be super upset with you about that natural reaction. But if you're breaking your neck and looking, that's a problem.
I don't think you should ever break your neck to look, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's meant to see that ass, you'll see it.
Yeah,
you sure gonna see it if it's meant to be seen.
That should happen. You gotta hold that as a respect level to the person you with. You know.
Yeah. True.
Break.
No. Nah, don't do that. I don't think you should do that in general, but definitely not if you with somebody.
Nah, because it's a man. Shoot, you be mad if she go. She got breaking this. You could be all that. All right, do it. Shoot.
Lordy.
Okay, so one more thing with the boundaries. Who do you think bends their boundaries more, men or women?
Definitely women.
100%.
Definitely women. I can't tell you how many times. So it's interesting. I have this conversation often where men are like, women have a long laundry list of things that we want in a man, which oftentimes we do, and men are more simple. But women will likely bend a lot of those things for the right man, for sure. I think men are a little bit more rigid in what they're looking for. It's like, yeah, you either have it or you don't. But women, once those emotions start creeping in, okay, well, maybe I could. He has potential. Falling for potential.
I think a lot of times men give the illusion that they'll bend their boundaries for women that they feel like they like, but it's not necessarily that they will. But it's like the illusion that I could bend my boundaries for you.
What do you mean by that?
I'll give you an example.
Go ahead.
I'll give you an example. If, let's say, I'm not a guy that likes to go buy women shoes, and that's how I've always been for, let's say, 5 to 10 years. I don't buy women's shoes. They might ask me, I don't buy no women's shoes. But you come along and you're different. You be like, You ask for buy a pair of shoes, and I buy you a pair of shoes. Now, depending on the woman, she might take it as, oh, okay, well, he might be nice things, and then she might ask for another pair of shoes, and then he either doesn't or he does, but then the next time it's like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
He's
That
like,
illusion.
Yeah, it's the illusion, like, nah. And then y'all looking like, why you?
But he wrong for that. Why he do it in the first place?
Why you? What's the thing? Don't start a vibe that you can't.
Yeah, that you can't maintain. Yeah.
But it was just all an illusion, just to
Get to where we needed to be.
Yeah, just to see, because you was, like I said, different. So it was like, oh, okay, well, I gotta do this, even though that ain't what I want to do. But if this is gonna work, but once I get what I need, or it happens, I get the attention that I'm looking for. And
I can't even. I literally just recorded a video about this because women do it too. I think in terms of like trying to be perfect or display a certain persona, women do that too. And that's why I think men are like, once they get into the relationship, they feel like women change. And it's like, well, we didn't quite change. I think we just kind of masked who we were. Gotcha.
I think that's the problem with a lot of times we see with marriage. Like, men will do the illusion for the dating, but women do that for the marriage. From what I've seen on, I ain't been married, you know what I mean? So what I see from
afar.
from afar, you know what I'm saying? From afar.
What you think?
So you're saying that in the dating phase, men are more likely to do that, but in the marriage, women are more likely to do it?
Yeah. So, like,
Give an example.
I don't want to use the example I'm thinking of, so fuck it. I'm gonna use the example I'm thinking of. Everybody knows that men are more physical than women. So let's say a man is getting sex 4 times a week before y'all get married, and gets married and gets it twice a month. That's a problem. That's a big illusion. That's a big.
That is.
That's a big disconnect
But in
there.
the same breath, women will do that and then be like,
They be cooking and stuff when y'all dating, then get married and be like,
that's the example.
I ain't cooking every day for you. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Now, I got you now. I got my ring now.
Yeah.
I gotta cook no more.
Yeah, I think I think that makes sense because I mean, in the dating phase, I feel like most people are having sex, right? So if that's which we know men ultimately want, so yeah, he might. But then the woman wants the commitment. So once she has it, marriage, then yeah, she'll probably switch up.
That's inconsolable differences for me. I can't say that word.
He used the AKT word.
I can't say it, but it's inconsolable differences.
Irreconcilable differences.
Help me out. Can we not rectify that?
So, in one of your videos that you did, I thought it was very interesting. You said that the whole phase is ruined by society, and I just want to you just elaborated on that because I thought it was very interesting. I mean, you broke it down, like broke it all the way down. I'm talking about to the core and the root. It just just give our viewers a little bit of You know, because I've never heard nobody say that. Like, whole face rules society. Like,
Yeah.
has it?
It's kind of like a vicious cycle type of thing. So in the video, just to kind of give an overview, I talked
Check it
about
out on YouTube.
yes. Make sure you link it. I talked about the sexual revolution. So that was like in the 60s where birth control was invented and people started sleeping around, and you know they weren't waiting until marriage and all this stuff started happening. And so there were a lot of negative things that happened. So marriage rates decline, more children born out of wedlock, more STD rates. So all those things which are very bad, those obviously ruin society. But I think that at that time, women thought it was good, right? It was like a freedom type of thing, like, hey, you know, we can do whatever we want, we out here. But then now we fast forward to 2023, women are frustrated. It's like, dating sucks, like, men only want sex, they won't take us seriously, we can't find someone to commit. And it's like, yeah, because we have had generations of women who were liberated and you weren't making men wait for sex, which worked in their favor, right? So now we're trying to backtrack and go more to traditional things, and we've been living in a state of being non-traditional for so long, and I think that has ruined society. There's no benefit now to getting married from the man's perspective. It's not incentivized because they're not waiting for sex, right? They're already getting it. Especially if like women don't want to have children. Like, children are a big thing. A lot of women don't want that. So it's like, why would I do it? And it just all traces back to how those values shifted during that time frame.
Y'all hear that?
I feel that. I think a major problem with society now is that a lot of women won't admit it, but they're escorts and prostitutes. But they won't say that. They say, well, you got to pay me for my time. If you ain't buying me this, why I need to be out with you? If you ain't spending money on this, why I need to be out with you? If you ain't buying me, if we ain't spending $200 on a date, why I need to go somewhere with you? That's literally what prostitutes and escorts do. But, you know, that's my little rant on that.
Yeah, when dating is imbalanced, there's always going to be a pimp and a hoe, and you just got to make sure you're not the hoe, right? That's really what it boils down to. Don't be the hoe. The hoe, see, the difference with an escort, the escort is getting paid probably like what they want their prices to be, so it's a little higher. You a hoe, you getting paid bare minimum for what you trying to get. So don't be the hoe. Don't be the hoe.
Oh, you tell them to be the escort?
I ain't saying all that. I said when dating is balanced. I said when it's imbalanced. So try to have balanced dating.
They quick to say they're a boss, but
man, if you're a boss, man, and they can't even talk to you unless he send you a cash app. They be saying shit like, man, that should be funny. Man. Saying shit like, if you want my attention, my cash app is.
It's men out there who would do it though, and that's the thing. I feel like
show. That's why it's like the show. It's a lot of men that love escorts, love prostitutes, but it's like I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it at all. But like, call a spade a spade. Mm-hmm. You're saying if you're a prostitute, just that's fine. Mm-hmm. You're an escort, that's fine. But don't disguise it like I'm a boss or I'm a whatever you want to just say. Yeah, you're a bad bitch or whatever you want to say. Like. That's an escort or a prostitute. Like that's literally what you're doing.
I think people just need to accept that relationships are all about finding someone who uses you in the same way, right? So it's like reciprocity. Nobody wants it to be in a one-sided.
Right.
Is that me?
Gotta be.
Sorry. Okay. So it's like one-sided, right? Everybody wants reciprocity. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think we make it such a big deal, like you want something from somebody. Why would I not want something from someone? Like that's stupid to be in an imbalanced relationship. But I feel like people see that as like, why is that seen as a negative thing?
I'm not saying it's, I get reciprocity. I don't think it's negative to, I don't know. I think the negative part of it to me is like saying, you need to spend money on me in order for us to be somewhere, but in reality,
they
men know
the
that.
whole courting out.
Yeah, men know that. We know,
Right.
like we know we gotta spend money.
Right.
But it's like
Now you didn't.
you want to act like I can't have a conversation with you unless I send you some money, or we can't, you know, you too good to go to Fridays, Outback, Texas Roadhouse, shit like that. It got to be. I don't even know the shits. I don't know. I don't spend that type of money on dates. So
Roof Chris is what they say a lot.
I guess Roof Chris or
I think
Nobu.
I think a lot of women has taken the courtship away from the man, so they can spend it. They'll spend it. We'll spend it. But if you come with a flat rate.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
But the thing, like,
it's either I do or I don't.
Yeah.
Facts.
Now my thought process with you is different.
Yeah.
Now you mad because I'm treating you a certain way.
Right. Do you think it's about not that she's asking you to do something, but feeling like you're not being forced to do it? So like you're doing something because you want to, not because the person is putting pressure on you to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, plain and simple. Like, you know, just like you said, the traditional way. Look, you know, it would have been so much easier if we just roll up on you, like back in the day, like them old movies. You look fine in that dress, young lady. Oh. Let me take you out sometime. Hey. You look nice. I'm good.
Can't even tell
Can I buy you a
good.
drink? That's fine. Yeah, girl. Yeah, on the rocks.
With the talking to your
No,
back.
she was gonna do my lashes, but
Talking to your back, dog.
Out of pocket.
I can't do that.
so yeah, man, shoot. But I mean, I think another thing is like we just gotta hold each other accountable, and I know you mentioned that on one of your shows as well. But as far as holding women accountable of their actions, men as well. You know, we can just do some wild things, and everybody's not trying to, play by the same playbook no more. It's just I'm gonna just do my thing, and then everything's so saturated, especially when it comes to they bring it up. What can you bring to the table?
Oh my god.
Oh god, that drives me nuts.
I get sick of that.
Drives me nuts.
Bring it to the table, and it's like everybody's so
Everybody's
freaking independent now. Everybody's adapted. Everybody's cooking for themselves. They're making their own money. They're buying their own houses. Everybody getting fur babies now. Like,
shout out to the fur babies.
getting real slim pickings out here.
Yeah,
fur babies, that's crazy.
So terrible.
Yeah,
You're looking so terrible. I'm like, what? What day?
hyper independence. We're too individualistic. I think people see it as like a weakness in a way. To even say that you want somebody, for example, if I just make a video, be like, I want a man. Like, I would really appreciate having a man in my life, and I just talk about that. Guarantee people are gonna call me a pick me. Like anything that you say, a pick me, pick me, pick Misha. She wants to be pick her. Somebody choose her. You can't say anything like that. You're demonized for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes it's not wrong for one to be open and honest about that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, guys, they get into a circle and they be like, man, they might not go that deep. Another guy, but they be like, man, it's dry out here.
It's dry out here.
Oh, we gonna take you out, man. We're gonna take you out. But I mean, we just all, as beautiful people in this world, all colors, shades, and sizes. We should just all come together and just respect one another and trust one another, and have a standard for yourself and for one another, and then maybe we get along.
Maybe.
Strong maybe. But I'm glad you came on the show.
Of course, yes.
Sure.
Thank you again for having me.
Great, man. She's on YouTube.
Yes.
Let everybody know, and Instagram.
Yes.
And time is recording Threads.
I was gonna say Threads. Yes, absolutely. So YouTube again is Tynesha Talks. My Instagram, are y'all gonna do a little choo pop? Okay. Tynesha _ Renee. Threads, I like Threads. I hadn't really gotten into Twitter. I don't really have an active Twitter account, but Threads, Tynesha Talks. So if you want to see my random thoughts, check me out.
Cool. So everybody follow, the information be down there somewhere. Follow her, all her platforms. She's gonna give you some good talking bites, and she got some great points and good videos out there, good content.
Thank you, appreciate that.
So it's your boys right here. We on everything.
Podbean.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
Twitter.
We're on Twitter and Threads.
I haven't jumped on Threads. I seen somebody say that you can't deactivate your Threads without deactivating your whole IG, so you won't see me on there.
That's a lie.
I
did it and then I deactivated it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool. I'm on Twitter, so you ain't gonna catch me on Threads anyway.
Yeah.
Loyal.
Unlike these hosts.
Well, yeah, follow, comment, subscribe.
Share and like.
Share and like.
Yes.
We on everything. We appreciate everything.
It costs you $0 to share.
It does.
Any of our content. Costs you $0 to like it.
What he said.
But the support is priceless, so just do it.
Priceless.
Like that. We gone.